Well, hello to our prestige viewers. Let's dive to this side of excitement and we shall see in my discussion of an amazing series of love triangles. Well, Bermuda Triangle of love, funny, but it makes sense though. So, without wasting your useful time, sit tight as we present the Summer I Turned Pretty Season 2 Episode 6 recap and ending. Explained. What did Belly find out? Let us see in this recap how Belly deals with her unnecessarily complicated relationships. Julia wanted to sell the house at the earliest because she believed that there was neither love nor acceptance waiting for her, and if she held on to the house for whatever reason, she would only be in pain. He tells Conrad to learn to find a balance within himself instead of always oscillating between highs and lows. That was the only way he could learn to enjoy the present and preserve his relationships. Even though this was an emotionally well-examined episode, it was criminal to not devote enough time to Julia's tale, as we only realized with episode 6 of the Summer I Turned Pretty's second season. The love triangle involving the three main characters, Belly, Conrad, and Jeremiah, had its chance in season 1. Although it was interesting to hear their opinions, did we really need to give them so much time given the house's tension is what's propelling this season's story? The storyline of Julia and Susanna appears to be much more complicated, and it should have been given more time than it has in these first few episodes. In this recap, let's examine how they get together at the beach house. The kids are aware that Julia has sold the house and that there is nothing they can do to stop it from disappearing permanently. Sky attempts to converse with Julia, and something she says truly resonates with us. Sometimes you begin hunting for further evidence of this when you are hostilely made to feel like you don't belong anywhere by people you love. Only Susanna had been kind to Julia during her time at the beach house. Neither her stepmother nor her father had ever welcomed her. However, she was obstinate in her desire to only see the advantages and was blind to the difficulties Julia was going through. Susanna didn't know that, despite her best efforts, her actions simply served to undermine Julia's experiences and further distance her from the family. Even though Julia adored Susanna, she did not feel happy when she was in the beach house or when she was with her family there. Julia, though, adored Susanna and her dad. She was hurt by their inability to accept or even comprehend her. Even the smallest scrap of acceptance is clung to by love, and its removal hurts more than anything else. Because she thought she would never find love or acceptance, Julia wanted to sell the house as soon as possible. If she continued to own the house for any reason, she feared she would never find either. Sky wants her cousins to be able to stay in the house because it has become meaningful to her since she found acceptance there. But Julia assures her that they may continue to communicate whether or not the house is available. Belly suggests that the kids hold a party as in the good old days as a farewell since they know that these are their last few days in the house. Steven had to come up with some ammunition for Team Conrad because episode 5 aired from Jeremiah's perspective, which increased his popularity, even if this is actually helpful for once. Instead of always fluctuating between highs and lows, he advises Conrad to learn how to achieve equilibrium within himself. When the three of them go grocery shopping, Conrad begins to notice Jeremiah and Belly's close proximity and the tension between them, perhaps for the first time. Conrad shares Jeremiah's perception from the previous episode that Belly reminds him of his mother when Belly calls him Connie in this episode, because it is another circular of straightforward feelings confused by others who don't know how to handle them. We are unable to tolerate the tension between these three. Fortunately, there is also some positive conflict between Steven Taylor and Cam Sky. The story should have spent much more time on the latter couple. Since Sky wants to approach Cam, the girls are having a conversation inside the home. This makes Belly think back to how it was to be with Jeremiah, and her attraction to him just continues to grow. She responds that she is attempting to move on while getting over him when he questions her about the scene between her and Conrad. One of the first swoon-worthy moments of the season occurs when Jeremiah prevents Belly from collapsing at the party because of what Belly had asked him the night before after the game of truth or dare. The swimming pool scene comes in second. Do Belly's ears pick up what Connor told Jeremiah? The other couples are far more interesting, but these three will continue to have on-again, off-again relationships until the very end. Sky and Cam have a connection, and they end up kissing when she persuades him to take a boat trip that he truly wants to. In the dance-off that Taylor and Steven had to Miley Cyrus' party in the USA, Steven confesses his feelings for Taylor. The presence of Taylor's boyfriend, Milo, who is upset about how close his girlfriend is to Steven, spoils what may have almost been a lovely moment. In other places, some good news completely goes bad for everyone. With the buyers, Julia negotiated a condition requiring them to rent the home to the Fisher twins for a week each summer. Conrad rejects it because it won't be their house anymore, but Jeremiah and Belly are thrilled about it. Conrad was an all-or-nothing kind of guy, as Stephen had previously stated, and we don't think there has ever been a better way to put it. He utterly abandons people if they are in any way imperfect, which is why he broke up with Belly. Final reflections. Perhaps learning that the best guys are typically the ones you think about later is part of growing up. Despite the fact that we enjoy romance in books and movies, we will always see it as a crime against humanity when the bad boy is romanticized. If not for that, Belly might not have liked Conrad at all. There is more family drama to uncover and perhaps stop the beach property from being sold with only 2 episodes left in the season and Lauren returning to the beach house. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more videos.